Alright, welcome back here to another match with Jeskai Saheeli. We won the die roll. We'd like to play first. For those of you that saw the previous game, I would like to make a note that I'm still relatively still understanding how the deck works, and especially when it comes to sideboarding, I think there's a lot to learn there still. So in that Grixis matchup, I probably could have played a little better. But this hand has two really solid 2-mana plays. We have Saheeli, 2 lands, some Snapcasters. It's a keep. Definitely matchup dependent, but it's a solid hand. Opponent's going down to 6. And we'll lead with Flooded Strand, Birds of Paradise. We got a Steam Vent here. If we cut him off double green, we can't kill the bird, so it's either we keep up Remand for their next play. If they resolve something like a Voice of Resurgence, that could be really difficult for us. And we can always Spreading Seas next turn. Now, of course, the thing is, it would be nice if we could have killed the bird turn 1, then Spreading Seas turn 2, which I've done before, but of course, of Krufix, yeah, we don't want that to happen right now. So we could just resolve a Saheeli right now. It's completely no pressure on it, and only other play is really Spreading Seas. Let's go ahead and bottom that. It is an untapped mana source that could let us snap Remand. I'm just not too worried right now. And looks like our opponent's probably going to keep up Collected Company here. We'll go ahead and tick up. Don't want to see a land there. Here we'll go ahead and keep up Path to Exile after we Spreading Seas here. Maybe we did want one of those untapped lands, but here we'll just go Colonnade. Oh, so maybe they were just keeping up Path to Exile. Wow. So we really got a lot of tempo there. Just Voice. Sure. And again, they're probably keeping a Path to Exile, which is great for us. I'm going to go ahead and crack the fetch here. That way I can keep up Remand. Go ahead and Path the Voice, because this really, doesn't allow us to use our counter spells. And we want to crack the fetch so that the Scribe wouldn't get messed up with Saheeli. So this looks like, I didn't make a mention, it looks like just Green-White Company. Todd Stevens recently on the SCG Tour had a breakout deck with it. And they got the top 8, I think, and then lost to Death Shadow. It's a pretty sweet deck. We don't need another land right now. And we're kind of looking for a Dispel or a Peek to see what our opponent's working with. And our opponent sacrificing Horizon Canopy is just fine for us. Scooz. Scooz is tough. Scooz is very tough right now. We could go... we won't really have many more opportunities to do this. So we're going to go ahead and do this right now. Because Scooz can eat Path to Exile as we target it with our Snapcaster Mage. So Scooz is very good against a handful of Snapcaster Mages. Of course, they can just cast it again, Noble Hierarch. And they don't cast it again, which is very interesting. Let's start with Saheeli. Let's go ahead and bottom that land. Let's go for Serum Visions. Now we got Spell Snare. Spell Snare is great. I'll keep it on top for now. And I'll just go ahead and attack with Snapcaster Mage. I'm very surprised with our opponent. They're playing very conservatively. Incorrectly, I believe. But, you know, I don't play their deck, so I don't know. Courser of Krufix. We'll just remand it again. Man, this is so conservative. I mean, maybe they're playing around Mana Leak? That just seems wrong. Alright, so here I'm thinking about a value Saheeli. We'll downtick on Snapcaster Mage. And target Serum Visions. Now, if they path Snapcaster Mage, I mean, that's a trade I'm happy to make. I have a good feeling that... Whoops, I apologize about that. And they just let that happen, so that's sweet. And got some burn, got some paths. I like both of these cards, starting with Path to Exile. And now we have both Snap Remand and Snare Up. And this one we do not want to resolve. Should we go Snap Snare? Snap Snare. Yeah, because we don't have another... And that just puts more power on the board. Yeah, I'm okay with Snap Snare. Now, of course, if they have... Well, they might have Spell Queller here. But if they have Spell... I mean, Spell Queller would be pretty good right now. But it also means that they would be more or less tapped out. Oh, alright. Guess that's not happening. Maybe they're going to go for the Courser of Krufix? Just going to keep up. Alright, opponent. I don't need the combo to win. Keep Bolt on top because it's lethal. I'm actually going to let this resolve. Interesting. So it looks like it is Bant Company. I'm going to go ahead and Path to Exile on the Courser of Krufix. We'll have Saheeli plus Bolt next turn with Snap Remand backup. Keep another Bolt on top. Go ahead and attack. Our opponent, what are they going to do? Collected Company here? Are they going to chomp? I mean, it's a lethal attack. And, alright, our opponent's seen enough. Alright, sideboarding. We saw Dorks. We saw Creatures. They are Bant, so I'm not sure how great Spreading Seas might be against them. Anger of the Gods seems pretty good. I mean, Remand was able to get them pretty well. I don't know if we want Dispel. I don't know if they have Collected Company. We didn't see Collected Company, so it's definitely hard to say. We can probably cut. I mean, Spreading Seas could be really strong, so that's tough. I like PN Kirin LR too in this kind of grindy game. Maybe we can cut a Spreading Seas, cut a Remand. We cut 2 Remands. Remand on the draw might be a little too slow. Yeah, let's try cutting all the Remands on the draw and just play the cards that affect the board most just positively. We'll keep the Dispel in just because they might have Collected Company. This hand is very, very slow. I think we're going to have to mulligan it. This one's a little better. We got Serum Visions, another land, and we have Anger of the Gods, so maybe try to sweep up the board. So turn 1, we're probably getting a Steam Vents here. Just searching for some more land drops, some maybe removal spells. I like Path, but I think we're just gonna go for the turn 3 Anger plan. Of course, turn 3 Courser of Kruvix could really punish us, but there's just not much we can do about Courser right now, and while it does gain a lot of incremental advantage, it's not something I'm too worried about. Tireless Tracker. Okay. Go ahead and get another Steam Vents here, and I'm shocking. That way it doesn't ruin the Scries. And land drops are good. And now we have Dispel, you know, but so our opponent's just going to attack. And they're going to pass. So this is just kind of too tempting, but I'm going to go for it. If we can get him, we can get him. Spell Queller. Sure. And Dispel wouldn't have done anything against that anyways. So now we'd love to draw like a Lightning Bolt, I guess. But even that. There's a lot of pressure here. Sacred Foundry. We could just, they could have another Spell Queller, but we're dead almost assuredly. So I'm going to go ahead and dig. Assuming they have nothing, I'm going to go ahead and dig with Serum Visions. Yeah, alright. They got it. We had a bit of a clunky start there. But, so they have a lot of Spell Quellers. I imagine they still have Collected Company, though. Honestly, I think our configuration was good. We just had a bit of a rough start there. And they got the Spell Queller on us. On the play, I do like a couple remands. So I'll go ahead and cut one Pia and one Vendilion Click. And that looks good to me. Yes. I think it's a keep. We have Visit Staticaster. Try to get some birds. We have Anger of the Gods. We'd like to hit another land. We don't have turn 1 Bolt or anything like that, but Path to Exile could help if we get Spell Quellered. Let's go ahead and crack the fetch. Steam Vents. Spire Bluff is not a bad draw, but we don't need to take any damage for that next turn, so. So if our opponent plays like a Selfless Spirit here. Oh man. Ah, they have a land. It's just gonna be too tempting to not get the value immediately here. And even though this puts our Staticaster in the crossfire for an Anger of the Gods, if we hit another land, oh, Kitchen Finks, sure. Alright, we'll start with Serum Visions. Both of these cards aren't bad. I'd really like Lightning Bolt. I don't know if we need to hit our 5th land right now. So we can go ahead and bottom that, and we can keep that on top. The question is, do we Path to Exile right now? Brings our opponent to 4 mana. Lets them potentially Collected Company. Could do it on upkeep, actually. Because we know we're drawing Lightning Bolt. So if they want to Spell Queller it, that's fine with us. Alright, looks like our opponent is just going to deal with it. And we know we're drawing Lightning Bolt, which we are happy to draw, especially with a Snapcaster Mage in hand. So we'll go ahead and pass. And we could be seeing a Collected Company here. Nope. Opponent doesn't want to run it out. Vendilion Click. Interesting. I'll say okay. Puts targeting me. I'll go ahead and ping the Staticaster now. And our hand is pretty good. They might take the Bolt. They might take Snapcaster Mage, because that can get Path to Exile. And we're not quite threatening any combos right now. So we kind of just have to grind this out. I think we kind of stole game 1, to be honest. I mean, our opponent was playing extremely conservatively. I don't know what they were sitting on. And now they're thinking very deeply about this decision. I think Snap is probably the right decision. It's just a lot of value. It's also something that can start clocking them and combos with Feldar Guardian. But then again, Bolt is some extremely efficient removal, and they can Spell Queller, Snapcaster Mage. And they choose to take nothing. Interesting. I get a feeling that they're trying to resolve something big here. Ghost Quarter. Okay. No reason to do anything right now. Here they're going to Collected Company. Sure. This is going to be the tough part of the game where Dispel would be really nice, even Remand. Fortunately, we don't have any at the moment, but we have Staticaster to hopefully ping down a lot of their 1 toughness creatures. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we could... Sure. Alright, let's go ahead and crack this fetch. We'll get a... Actually, we'll get a hollowed fountain. Even though it kind of makes our ghost quarters a little better. The reason we can't bolt and is it static caster is because ghost quarter will make it a 5/5. One, two, three, four. I mean, they could go for a collected company right now. Alright, they're sacrificing they're sacrificing a land to get probably like Horizon Canopy or Misty Rainforest. Okay. Maybe to increase the power and toughness of future Knights of the Reliquary. Snapcaster Mage is not a bad draw. This could be an opportunity to resolve a Jace. And that's what I'm going to do. Oh, we need double blue for that. Because we don't have any counter spells in our graveyard. There's nothing we're really... Yep, I mean, we expected this. Alright. And another Knight of the Reliquary, jeez. Go ahead and bolt the Spell Queller. And here we're just trying to get some card advantage. Finding Path to Exiles to deal with this Knight of the Reliquary. Oh, and that's not quite what we were looking for. But if Jace can survive a turn, we can try to Felidar Guardian. Interesting. I think I'll actually take Pal 2. I'll play the land. We'll keep back Snapcaster to block Knight here. I don't remember, does Bant Nightfall play? Oh man, that's not good. That's really bad. I think we're going to be leaning pretty heavily on a combo this game. The question just matters if they have some way to interact. Alright, if they're attacking both at Jace, then I'm not blocking at all. If one is at me, one is at Jace, then I am almost assuredly blocking the one that's attacking Jace. But my guess is both of these are going to be coming at Jace. Just that, huh? mean, I'll block. Snapcaster Mage isn't doing much for me right now. I guess they could search for, what's it called? The one that gives trample and plus, yeah, plus X plus 0. Yeah, Kessig Wolfrun, that's the one. Yep. Alright. Let's think here. Path to Exile. Not happening. We can go Ping, Anger, Bolt, but we can't because then there's Gavney Township. So what are we digging for? The problem is I think we really need Path to Exile. If they have retreat in the deck, that's the problem. There's Saheeli. And we can Spreading Seas the Kessig Wolfrun, so we can try to survive one more turn. Yeah. And then we can try to combo out next turn. We know our opponent is drawing a Windswept Teeth. So here we can actually Ping and Lightning Bolt. And of course, if they can give Knight Trample, we're kind of screwed. But I think this puts us in a decent position. Scavenging Ooze, sure. That's one less combo piece, one less card that can break up the combo. Question is, are we gonna have time to block again? I'm not sure. We might have to Anger of the Gods next turn. So we'll just... Our opponent has 2 cards in hand. This is tough. I don't know, it'd be nice if we had like a Dispel, but I feel like they're just sitting on a Spell Queller. And if they are, there's not much we can do about it. This Knight is just going to keep beating us down if we don't try something. Yeah, I have a feeling we need to Anger of the Gods right now to try to bait a Spell Queller. Alright, let's think about this. Because we can't snap... Oh man, I didn't even realize that there's a graveyard. I forgot Scavenging Ooze could, could do that. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could easily become big. I think we just have to go for the combo. And if we don't get it, we can try to chump here. But they could just be sitting on a bunch of nothing. Alright, go for the Feldar. Alright, I think we just have to say okay to that. If they hit a Spell Queller, they hit a Spell Queller. Alright, that doesn't look like a Spell Queller to me. Alright. Target our Glacial Fortress. I mean, of course, if they got Path to Exile, they got Path to Exile. We're not playing around that at this point. Go for Saheeli. Does our opponent have it? This is really intense. My heart's racing right now. Come on. Resolve. I hope that our opponent is not slow rolling. Alright. Roll up the sleeves. It doesn't say paying costs, so they could just be this is alright. Saheeli resolves. Our opponent's gonna put us to the test here. I'm gonna make sure I do this very carefully. And I'll see you guys in in 26 tokens. Whew! Alright, our opponent ended up conceding. They realized we can have an infinite combo. And we got there. So, thanks for watching. Obviously, this combo has something to it. Alright, and I'll see you guys in the next round.